Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the latest Australian Eloquence release, the second part of Philip's Elly Ameling legacy. We already heard the big box of the Bach recordings that had some wonderful Bach singing, not just by Ameling, but fabulous performances of major Bach choral works. But here we have recitals. Lots of recitals. 29 discs of recitals. Oh, it's just fabulous stuff. I did a talk called, My Leader Problem or something like that, because I have a leader problem. I'm not a leader guy. I mean, a song person, generally speaking. I like them, but songs are kind of all the same, right? And they have been since like the 12th century. They're all about love, lack of love, wanting love, needing love. Occasionally they're about something else, going to the store or something humorous but basically what we talk about songs are, verse and refrain. So I was never a leader person, and I was never interested in the afflatus that surrounds the leader culture in classical music, which is just pure snobbery. I mean, because classical songs are supposed to be high art and popular songs are supposed to be low art. The truth is there's no difference between them. Great songs are great songs. Doesn't matter what the style is. Doesn't matter when they were written. Doesn't matter what they're written for. They're just songs. And so you either like them or you don't like them. And I like songs that, I like the songs I like. And I don't care if they're classical. I really don't. I like whatever. They got a good tune. It's about something meaningful to me. I mean, I like the performance. I like it. That's it. But I was so turned off by the classical leader culture, such as it was, as I encountered it when I was growing up. It just annoyed the crap out of me. So there were very few people I would listen to who sang leader that I could tolerate. And Elly Ameling was the one. Now, she might, since she's still around, be listening to this and say, ugh, what a jackass he is. And so, I'm sorry, Madame Ameling, if that's true. But the fact of the matter is, this is a singer who never makes you self-conscious. Everything she does is just natural and free, and it's just marvelous. You don't get a sense that you're being preached down at by some, soi-disant high culture icon. She just communicates. She communicates effortlessly and with total spontaneity. I mean, everything that she does, for me, was the art that conceals art. She was the anti-Elizabeth Schwarzkopf. You just felt that she loved to sing, and that she believed in everything that she was singing, and that she communicated it with total honesty and openness. And so I love her stuff. And here we have, like I said, 29 CDs of all of her Philip's recitals. And if you don't get them, there is something wrong with you. So there we are. Okay, so here we have a Philip's recitals. Of course, unfortunately, you don't get texts and translations. You do get like a very good track listing. And these are all original jacket thingies. Here they are. See, original jackets, lots of original jackets. Lots of pictures of Elly Ameling in various stages of dress. And it's just marvelous. But I'm going to go through the booklet because it's just easier. Yeah, let's do the discs, shall we? Because we get to look at all the covers. So what do we get here? Well, these are recitals. And, there are either thematic recitals or miscellaneous recitals. Some with orchestra, some with piano, most with piano. And here we start with Vivaldi motets from that fabulous collection of complete Vivaldi sacred music, which I have sitting right down there. It's in one of these shelves over there with Vittorio Negri. So you've got these lovely motets, and they're, of course, gorgeously sung. It's a wonderful disc of unusual repertoire. I mean, Ameling was particularly good doing, revealing unusual Baroque and classical repertoire and stuff that other singers were not singing. And she was, and proving thereby that they should have been singing it, because she does it so well. Handel. Oh, this is hot stuff with Raymond Leppard. Silette Venti and Crudel Tirana Amor and other goodies. And Piangero from Giulio Cesare. Piangero, piangero, la sorta mia, si crudel. Oh, okay. I'm no Elly Ameling. Not by a long shot. Okay, then we've got Vivaldi, Handel, Mozart, and Gluck with the Gewandhaus and Court Mazur, and also lots of other people. Tommaso Giordani and Paisiello and Heineken and Ciampi and Mozart, Purcell, and oh, this is When I Am Laid in Earth from Dido and Aeneas. You get a couple of those in here. It's very popular. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, this is amazing. This is 2 sets. I remember the original set. The complete Haydn songs. Nobody thought of Haydn as a songwriter before this showed up. I mean, his English canzonettas, they are the origins, in many respects, of the German art song and the English art song and the art song. And they're in English. At least a dozen of them are. A dozen, actually a little more than a dozen of them are. Let's see, I think 14 or 15 of them are. And then you get some Italian songs and his complete German songs, which are earlier and a little bit more primitive in their structuring because the English canzonets are late works from his London period. But this was such a great set. Oh my God. Beautiful music, and it'll never be done better. And after Haydn, naturally, we get Mozart. We get these fabulous, his opera and concert arias, including, actually, there are 2 recordings here of Chi mi scordi di te, that fabulous Mozart concert aria for soprano and piano solo and God knows what else. Oh, it's just glorious. And she sings it twice. This is the slower version with Edo Devar. It's like 10 minutes. And she does it on this earlier Court Mazur thing. It's on here too, I believe, unless I'm on drugs. Nope, there it is, taking about a minute less. So you get to hear 2 quite different versions of it. But oh, what a glorious aria it is. So these are wonderful pieces. I mean, Mozart's separate concert arias were incredible. So that's 6, 7. Then we've got more Mozart, the Exultate Jubilate, naturally, and some other sacred music, and a few Italian arias and things with Raymond Leppard. And let's see here, more Mozart. What's this? Mozart Lieder. Right, we get the complete Mozart Lieder, too, as with the Haydn Lieder. Let me see how long that goes. That's 2 discs. A fabulous collection. You know, one of the wonderful things about her, as I said, was her willingness to explore the lesser-known, highways and byways of major composers. She didn't just do the same old. And here's another example of that. Schubert on stage. Music, and arias and things from Schubert's operas with Edo Devar and the Rotterdam Philharmonic, along with Claes Anso and some other people like that. And it's really, really cool. So that's fun and unusual. Schubert Goethe Lieder. This was one of the first Lieder discs I got. It was, that I actually bought because I wanted to hear it, not because I was shamed into it by the Lieder crowd. And oh, it's so beautiful. So you've got the Mignon Lieder and all kinds of Goethe thingies. And then we've got Schubert. Oh, so many Schubert collections. Her Schubert is extraordinarily beautiful. I mean, amazing. Her and Christa Ludwig were like my 2 big Lieder people doing Schubert stuff when I was growing up. Then we've got An die Musik, Schubert songs and Lieder. And Schubert. Oh, this is the other one that I loved. This was one of the pride and joys of my very small Lieder collection when I was a teenager. Schubert songs for Gretchen, Ellen, and Suleika. These are, some of the greatest Schubert songs, of course. And, putting them all together as a theme, thematically was a wonderful idea. And it was so beautifully done. Then we've got more Schubert. And then we've got, Schubert vocal quartets. This is on Deutsche Grammophon. But, what a quartet. Elly Ameling, Janet Baker, Peter Schreier, Fischer Dieskau, and Gerald Moore. I mean, does it get better? I don't think so. I really don't. Schumann, Frauenliebe and Leben, which I still find absolutely intolerable. And to which the response is usually, oh, yes, but Dichterliebe is really good. Yes, it is. Mildred, cats at play. Okay, so we have Frauenliebe and Leben, done wonderfully, and more Schubert Lieder, which are kind of a relief. I mean, the music is very beautiful of Frauenliebe and Leben, but I don't want to go off on it. I just can't stand the texts. I mean, they're just insulting as far as I'm concerned. Okay, then we've got some good Schumann Lieder, the Liederkreis and the Liederalbum für die Jugend. All of it, all 52 minutes of it. Charming, lovely little pieces. Beautifully sung with effortless artistry. Elly Ameling sings Brahms Lieder. Yes, we should always have some Brahms Lieder with the dogs. The dogs don't sing. They would sound like, I would sound like the dogs. Let's put it that way. German romantic songs. Here we go. Schumann, Schubert, Wolf, Mahler, Reger, Mendelssohn, Brahms, Franz, Strauss, Pfitzner, Wolf, Loewe, and quite a collection of German romantic Lieder. Then we've got Hugo Wolf doing the Italian Acius's Liederbuch. Wolf Lieder are Lieder for the Lieder people. They're considered the acme of refined liederosity. I find them to be a little bit precious. But the Italian Acius Liederbuch isn't bad, and you get 2 Mörike Lieder. I mean, if you like Hugo Wolf, go ahead. Go ahead. I had a very funny story about Hugo Wolf Lieder, actually. When I was working in a record store, here's the rest of the Mörike Lieder. I was working in a record store when I was in college, and this young, roughly my age, I was a grad student, a guy in his 20s or late teens, early 20s, comes in and says to me, I want the Hugo Wolf edition. Remember those EMI things, Hugo Wolf Society releases? They were by subscription. I mean, it was a beautiful, wonderful production of fabulous singing, recorded by Walter Legg, in the 40s, 30s and 40s and whatnot. And it was all boxed up on beautiful LPs. And it was reissued. And I understood that. I mean, that was their classic recordings. And this guy comes in, this kid comes in and says, I want the Hugo Wolf Society recordings. I said, no, you can't have them. And he looks at me and he says, why not? And I said, because you're not old enough. I mean, you can't have them till you're over 80. He didn't get the joke. Anyway, one of my all-time favorite records in the history of mankind. Early Philips digital recording sounding beautiful. Ravel Scheherazade. This was like my favorite Scheherazade, along with Régine Crespin. This was the one to get. With Edo de Wart and the San Francisco Symphony, you get 2 Duparc songs, and then Debussy's Le Demoiselle Éluée with Janice Taylor, the mezzo in the Debussy. What a beautiful record this was. Oh, my God, it's so gorgeous. I mean, I still have it. I play it all the time, and that's just amazing. Let's see. Oh, and now we have the Soirée Française. Songs by Debussy, Fauré, Gounod, Poulenc, Cantelubre, Roussel, Messiaen, Chausson, Caplet, Honegger, Franck, Bizet, Duparc, and Satie. Wow. And her French is fabulous. Almost as good as mine, really. Almost. Not quite. It's just tremendously great. But then again, she's singing it. And then we have On Wings of Song, just a collection of songs by like everyone in the world. I mean, these are the kind of recitals that get lost in collections. That's why you have to go by the singer. But they really reveal the singer's versatility and artistry, like much better, I think, sometimes than composer-themed collections. So this one, you've got Mendelssohn, On Wings of Song, Beethoven, Strauss, Massenet, Schubert, Schumann, Hahn, Loewe, Tosti, Brahms, Barber, Sure on the Shining Night, oh yeah, Chopin, traditional, doing The Last Rose of Summer, Ravel, Yamada, Tchaikovsky, and did I mention Brahms? Well, no, there he is again. There he is. I mean, wow, what a collection. I mean, what an amazing, ability to sing in different languages, and different styles, and different everything, but make it all just contemporary, relevant and vital and vibrant. And then we've got Serenata, another collection of like everything in the world. Again, Tosti, Castelnuovo Tedesco, Dowland, Quilter, Nakata, Marx, Schumann, Wolf, Satie, Hahn, Bizet, Gounod, Chabret, Obradors, and Lia Camelia. Whoa! I mean, come on. Who else is going to do that stuff that well? Then we've got her pop music collections, sort of, kind of. It's wonderful. Sentimental Me, Gershwin, Goemans, Porter, Kern, Sondheim, Jobim. Yes, Antonio Carlos Jobim, Hubert Giraud, and Duke Ellington. And, I mean, people have said, well, she sings with an accent. Who cares? I mean, everyone has an accent or a dialect. What difference does it make? And then After Hours. Johnny Green, Gershwin, Porter, Cosma, Catcher, Robert Catcher, When Day Is Done, Richard Rodgers, James Hubert Blake, Vernon Duke. Whoa, Autumn in New York. So those are great. And she's just as comfortable doing that stuff, doing these jazz or pop standards. She does them marvelously. And finally, this sort of bonus disc called Laudate. Well, it's an early, like some weird things. You get, actually, I'm very happy about this disc because you get some Mozart bits from, Exultate, Jubilate, and other stuff, but different performances. Ambroise Thomas, Je suis Titania, these are like opera things. Verdi, A Force et Lui, and Sempre Libera. Woo, baby! And then we've got Schubert's Romance der Vollmond Strahlt from Rosamunde, the two songs from Peer Gynt with San Francisco and Ada Devart. That was their Peer Gynt recording, so those are taken out. And the finale of Mahler's Fourth with Haydn and Concertgebouw, because you got to hear Ameling do the finale of Mahler's Fourth. My favorite Mahler Fourth, or one of them, is the Previn Pittsburgh with Elly Ameling doing the finale. So you must have her doing the finale, and it's in here, which is really, really nice. So it's nice of them to throw that in there. And that, my friends, is the 29 discs of the Elly Ameling Recital Edition, which no sane person should be without. And I just wish that there were texts and translations. I know that there can't be. I get it. It's a budget deal. It's wonderful reissues. I mean, all these songs have texts that are by major poets, most of them, and you can find the words easily enough. But an amazing, amazing collection by one of the great artists of the 20th century, a tremendous musician and singer. And this is going to be a major addition to my permanent collection. It's a keeper. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.